Welcome to Staring at Lights with Rob Ethan and Tom's back.
Hey, I'm here.
This weekend we've had a Super Strong Style 16 Progress weekender.
Yep.
That has been pretty big.
Progress is big weekend.
Progress is
The biggest.
Yeah, it's been pretty. I mean, none of us have gone, so we've not seen it live.
Yeah,
because they don't stream it live,
No.
unfortunately. But I mean, it looks like it's been pretty astounding so far, really. From what I've
Yeah,
seen.
it looks like it's been some really good matches. We've got the results, I think, Rob, haven't you?
yeah. We
Coming up.
previewed it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we'll go through day one's matches. So Ilya Dragunov defeated Chris Brooks by pinfall.
You thought that was a weird one, didn't you? You thought Brooksy was going
I
to go all
thought
the way.
Brooks might go very far, but
Big
what
indie boy.
do I know?
Yeah.
Carl Fletcher defeated Dagger via pinfall. I don't think we really called that one, did we? I don't think we really knew.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I had no idea what Arthur were going to do, to be fair.
Yeah. There's a few names you could see going through. Who
Oh,
pretty much
yeah,
have,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, David Starr's had some pretty good matches both days,
Yeah.
hasn't he? Don't
Yeah.
know what he's going to do tonight, but he's
Yeah.
pretty much walked away with it from what I've seen.
Travis Banks defeated DJZ as well. I think that was another one we probably expected Travis Banks to go
definitely.
far.
Yeah.
Jordan Devlin defeated Lucky Kid in the first round. Again, we probably thought he's
Bit
going
of
to go
upset
quite
if he-
far, isn't he?
Yeah.
Trevor Lee defeated Aerostar. I thought that might have been the other way around. I thought they might have... Because they made a bit of a big deal about Aerostar being in it, didn't they? So
Yeah, but you don't fly Trevor Lee from America,
Yeah.
like, with WWE behind him. To
he
let
did
him
cut
get
a
him
really
out
good
the
promo
first.
in the ring saying, like, you only come to see me and all this kind of thing.
He's a really good heel.
pretty
I like
good.
him quite a lot.
I like that. David Starr defeated Artemis Spencer
Whey.
on his side of the bracket, and Paul Robinson defeated Darby Allin, which I don't know. I didn't know what to expect from Paul Robinson in this.
He's a bit of a wild card, isn't he?
He is a wild card.
You were like, you prefer him to in his tag team stuff. You were saying,
Yeah, I really like him with like Jim with Will Ospreay and like Swords of Essex. I think that's mint.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of him as like a singles wrestler. Really.
I don't really know what he's going to do with. I mean, we're talking spoilers anyway, but with Jimmy Havoc leaving the company and Will Ospreay otherwise engaged, like it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to see what he's going to do because his specialty really is like the deathmatch kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like they've not really got too many other deathmatch wrestlers. Really, I mean, they've got a few who will do some deathmatch kind of
yeah,
stuff.
no actual
But,
deathmatch wrestlers.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he might fill the Jimmy Havoc slot and become the guy who just goes around having pretty vicious matches with everyone, but you know that remains to be seen.
Yeah, because Havoc kind
anyway.
of did that, didn't he, for quite a
Yeah.
while? So yeah, probably.
We'll see.
Kyle O'Reilly defeated Chris Ridgway by submission.
I didn't see that coming. You
No,
know?
I did. I
Well, I think we
I
thought
said
that
go long.
Kyle O'Reilly would get to the next round.
Yeah, I thought he'd get to like semis.
Yeah, but I'm surprised because I'm surprised that they booked Chris Ridgway to go out as early as they did. Really,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Chris Ridgway.
I like him. I think
In
he's
all
got some.
honesty.
I think he's good in the ring and he's got kind of a good gimmick, but I just think there's a lot of character work that's still lacking with him.
Very generic, isn't
I
he?
don't think I've ever heard him talk, apart from seeing him at a merch table.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard him talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's a very, very generic wrestler.
Yeah, at the moment he is. He's got that whole, like, he's got a black belt in being hard as fuck. But it's kind of like, well, aren't they all hard as fuck?
Well, yeah.
Like, aren't
That's
they all
for all
hard by
wrestlers, aren't they?
definition? I think, yeah, he's probably still got some work to do, but,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, from there.
Aerostar defeated Dagger via pinfall as well.
Yeah.
No,
What is
Was
that
that day
sounded
two?
right.
Was that day two like a semi-final?
Sorry,
like
yeah, that
a-
was
like a fallout thing because they both lost, didn't they?
Yeah,
Aerostar
sorry.
and Dagger, yeah.
yeah. My running order's got a bit mixed up, but yeah,
Brilliant.
we'll move on to day two then. So the quarterfinals, Jordan Devlin defeated Kyle Fletcher. Again, pushing Jordan Devlin a bit more.
Yeah.
Ilya Dragunov defeated Trevor Lee via pinfall.
Really, really fast as well.
Was it a quick
like
one?
a minute and 10 seconds.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then we had the Progress Women's Title 4-Way qualifier. So Session Moth defeated Ginny, which we thought Ginny would have gone over.
Nah, because Ginny's leaving, I think.
But that's because Ginny's leaving.
Well, after the match, she did show Ginny
yeah.
calling it a day, didn't
She did,
Didn't it?
said, like, bye to Progress and stuff. So this is probably going on to her WWE run more, isn't it, now? Because she's
Yeah.
in the
I would
NXT
think
division.
so, yeah.
Me and Tom were talking earlier, and she's like, obviously not booked in the same way as what Progress do, but they're really pushing them as this sort of like Vogue cover model kind of thing.
That's what Progress did for quite a long time with it.
Kind of went down the Primark Princess route with it, didn't they? There was
Yeah.
kind of a little twinge of irony in it, but they seem to be just going full on like Ginny's a Knightsbridge supermodel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I mean, to be fair, it kind of for the American crowd, it will probably get over more. They probably wouldn't really
Yeah.
understand the concept of a kind of rich townie who's a bit tacky.
No.
Like, they probably wouldn't really get that.
No.
But, I think she'll do well. I think she'll do really well. If she's not taking any stupid bumps, because she's not got the biggest of frames. She's kind of built like Sasha Banks type build.
Yeah,
You just worry
yeah.
about her
She's
getting
small, isn't she?
injured.
She's took some crazy bumps in the past before, though, like that table spot you showed me once with her and Jimmy
Jimmy
Havoc, and he just couldn't get her through the table. Cause,
Minging.
Brutal.
She's not
Yeah.
heavy enough, is she?
no, she's looks not on her, is she? She's tiny.
Nah.
She's great, though. She's a great heel. I think she's
Oh,
been
yeah.
great in
Really
progress.
good heel.
I mean, it'd be nice to see her in a card with Toni Storm, because
Yeah,
obviously she's the
yeah.
WWE UK Women's Champion. So it'd be nice to see her and Toni Storm maybe have another go around.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
but,
Cool.
That'd be really good. We move back onto the Superstar Style 16. So the next quarterfinals, Kyle O'Reilly defeated Paul Robinson via submission.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
move.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Heel
yeah.
hook, I
Heel
believe.
hook, yeah.
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 Twice in a row.
And then David Starr and Travis Banks went to a double count out. Then they started a bit of a scuffle outside of the ring, and then Jim announced that he was going to put them both in the match with Ilya, making it a triple threat match.
Yeah, which
I wonder
was
what the
really
thinking
weird.
behind that is.
No idea. Not a clue.
I think it's maybe to drag the star power out onto the third day a little bit, because they haven't got like a world. They haven't got the Atlas or Progress title match on the third day like they normally have one or the other.
Yeah, it was
No.
on the second day.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's I don't know, way making one of them lose, but then keeping them looking strong. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah. Maybe a bit of long-term booking.
Mm.
But I mean, the two guys who were in that match with David Starr are both WWE bound at some point.
Yeah.
They're all WWE bound.
Yeah.
Ilya's now WWE.
Ilya, yeah.
Yeah.
Ilya,
That's the
I'm
thing
saying.
at the minute, though. There's not many people in here that aren't.
Well, all the remainders, other than David Starr, are no longer full-blown indie wrestlers, are they?
No.
They're the ones who are remaining as of right now. Yeah. So it is weird that thinking about it, because it's like you put up to your final day where everyone's still kind of anticipating what's going to happen. I mean, we've spoke about that where we think like you're kind of leaving it, so the one guy who's definitely sticking around, who's actually got quite a lot of cachet at the moment
Yeah.
on the indie scene. Like, I mean, is he going to win it all? Like, what's going to happen there?
Well, we'll probably come on to that in a bit.
Yeah.
The way that the semi-finals and everything are panning out. Last match of day 2 was Walter versus Trent for the unification match.
Mm-hmm.
Now the ending of this was Walter has Trent in a choke. The referee calls the match, waves the match off, but doesn't notice that Trent has his foot on the rope. But
Yeah,
the match
yeah, yeah.
still ends.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of photos of it online. Crowd, giving middle finger to Walter and not liking the finish or anything.
They've had a real tough time building Walter as a heel, haven't they? Because people just like him so much. He's so difficult to root against.
Yeah.
And it's like when you've got a babyface who's like a full-on like dominant power guy, it's really hard to kind of like sell him as like a white meat babyface. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough because you put yourself in that position where you either go down the monster heel route, which is pretty typical, which Walter would be more suited to, or I mean, all else you've got is just he's that big guy we all love who comes out and hits people, and there's not a lot of depth to that character.
No, not at all. I'm fed up with these. I can't remember the last time Progress did a title match that didn't end in like some dodgy like ref bump or like
A lot of shenanigans in there.
always a shenanigans ending, never like just a clean finish. It's like,
Yeah.
why?
They did that, didn't they, with Flash when he lost?
Yeah,
Well, he beat
exactly the same thing.
Travis Banks
Yeah.
and then
And his foot under the rope. or
foot
something,
under the
yeah.
rope, and then another ref came out and
Yeah.
waved the pin off, and then they carried on.
It's just stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get why they keep doing it.
Do you think it's like?
Is it because it works? Do you think it's just because it's
I
got
think it's
some
either
heat
that,
behind it, or
I mean, do you think it's kind of Jim and the rest of the guys who are booking it? Do you think it's their slide more towards WWE booking to get these guys prepared for what they're going to move into,
I
or do you
doubt
think
it.
maybe they're just someone's got in their ear and they're just like, this is how the business should be run? A few more
Yeah,
dusty finishes.
I want
and
to.
bits and pieces.
It wouldn't surprise me. It
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me at all.
But that leaves Walter in the position of NXT UK champion, Progress champion, Atlas champion. His baggage is going to get quite heavy.
isn't
at
he
this point.
also WXW champion still in Germany as well?
I've no idea.
Attack Pro? I know he was Attack Pro. At one
He was
point.
Attack Pro for a while. He was
Um,
still Defiant Pro champion for a bit, or
Unless they're
television
gonna
champion as well for a bit, weren't
just
he?
Ultimo dragging the guy with all the UK
Like the old
independent scenes.
Austin Aries thing where they just give him everything.
I mean, did anyone
Yeah, they could
actually
go down
see
that route.
Trent winning this?
No.
So it's like,
I thought he would do, but with some kind of maybe some help from Tyler and Pete, maybe in the sense of because the
were
way
they
that
even
they're-
there?
No,
even
I
here?
don't think so. But the way that they've been pushing Walter in WWE, I thought maybe they've got too big of plans for him that mean he can't really be involved with it anymore in a progress side of things. I thought that might be the angle we thought of.
Because he's quite heavy in the game, isn't he? Yeah.
And they built him in WWE as this ultimate monster sort of champion, haven't they? You know, he's just ended Pete's 685-day title run.
I mean, depending on whether there is thought to crossover in the Indies. I mean, if you take a guy like, if you look at Devlin beat him in OTT, right?
Yeah.
He managed to beat him in OTT, but then you've also got that David Starr story out where he's constantly trying to beat Walter.
Yeah.
And whether they bring that into Progress as well, if one of those guys wins Super Strong Style, because at the time we're talking now, we're literally like probably about, 20 minutes away from probably finding out who wins overall.
It would be around that time.
It is ongoing.
We're calling on a Monday,
right now,
which is not like us. But.
Yeah, quite unusual. But whether they decide we're gonna go down that route and have like David Starr finally overcome Walter and take these 2 titles off him, or maybe just like something along those lines, maybe very shortly after this all kind of pans out. Because isn't the winner of Super Strong Style, doesn't that have to be for Progress's Wembley show or the main show of the year? Isn't that, or is it just a title shot at any time?
Whatever. It's a bit like a Money in the Bank thing.
Yeah.
But you just say I'm gonna cash it in on this.
This moment. Judging by the state of where Walter stands, they're probably going to have to cash it in quite soon, I'd imagine.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think so. But again, I think Devlin's going to win the entire thing, and I think he'll beat him for the title.
Yeah.
I really do. I think they'll just copy OTT.
That'd be a shame if they did. I feel like there's so much more opportunity for...
Yeah, sorry, I was there. I don't want to see it again because it's already been done, but
you can see that happening.
But I get it because they've got nobody else that's money enough to have the title, really.
Good point.
Strange as well, like the rise of David Starr as well in other promotions that we've seen, like this whole thing he did in, like the whole OTT thing with Devlin and that, and then he did the whole thing with Ring of Honor and this match that was planned for being in Israel and everything. And like his stock is rising so much that maybe it does make sense that it's him that sort of carries it forward, maybe in a promotion like Progress. But then you have to think like they're so heavily affiliated with WWE that as it stands, this quarterfinal sort of lineup and semi-final lineup, he's the only one who's not affiliated with WWE in some way.
True, yeah.
So do they book him to win because he's the only one who's not, or do they keep that relationship with WWE sweet and just say, right, we're going to use one of our guys and your guys to go over the whole thing?
It's like a rock and a hard place, isn't it?
It's hard to know what WWE want as well, because WWE might have no interest in what Progress actually do with their belts or whatever, as long as their guys aren't getting beat.
Yeah.
But then they also might have this idea of like, no, all the British guys who come into NXT UK, if they're going to be championship caliber for NXT UK, we want to see how they hold the title in Progress first.
Yeah.
Like a feeding system for a feeding system kind of thing. But yeah, I guess it's whatever slant they want to take on it. I mean, the other guys, if you look at who's left over, if we've got Kyle O'Reilly, who's probably going to be winning the NXT tag team titles at some point soon. I
would assume so.
With Bobby Fish.
Yeah.
You've got, who else is on there? Travis Banks. I mean, Travis Banks is kind of a bit of a loose end. I know he's NXT UK signed, but they haven't got a render for him on the website yet. Like
No.
I was digging through it today, and like they haven't got a render for Ilya, for Travis Banks, or for Jordan Devlin yet, which is kind of
strange, isn't it?
Still treating them like they're very much
lower
ranked guys. Yeah.
Still on day 2 for Progress, we had the no disqualification match that's billed as Jimmy Havoc's last match. It's him, Mark Haskins, Mark Andrews, and Ligero against Do Not Resuscitate. So Chuck Mambo, Drew Parker, Spike Gervais, and Bill Eva. This was apparently an amazing match for an 8-man tag. They normally get a little bit clumsy, don't they? But this was supposed to be really good.
Do you think, because obviously you mentioned it being Jimmy Havoc's last match, we'll be touching on the fact that it's in fact not.
It wasn't.
Yeah. Which, I mean, do you think that was
It wasn't billed as his last match. I think it was billed as his last appearance.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for like Super Strong Style Weekend, his last appearance.
Well,
right. Okay.
In any case, you wonder like whether they planned Robinson Havoc in advance, which I imagine you do, because I imagine you don't just go, let's have a death match just on the spur of things, because that's generally how people die.
Tape the tables lying around under the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about that match as well, and it's really interesting when you can see, and that's something that British wrestling I think do a lot better than almost any other style of wrestling in the world, is that they manage to make multi-man matches really good, really engaging. Yeah.
This was also the match where Eddie Dennis came out and helped save Mark Andrews after the match, reforming FSU. It was quite a nice little touch, because you guys saw their table match at Hello Wembley, Then obviously he's out injured at the minute as well.
Yeah, he's hurt again.
Rotator cuff operation, I think.
Somebody keeps having something wrong with him, bless him.
Yeah.
So are they aligning as faces or heels? Where they going with that?
Faces, yeah.
Nah, to be shit.
I don't
Kinda
think
like
they'll
seeing Mark Andrews
ever
turn heel.
book Mark Andrews as
No,
a heel.
I doubt it'll
don't
ever
think he's
happen.
too.
Yeah, he's a bit
Too
too
nice,
over with
isn't
their
Yeah, he's a
their
lovely
core
lad, isn't he?
teeny
He's a
bopper
lovely
emo
lad.
demographic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
they love
next?
him, don't they?
So let's move on to day 3, which is today. So we've got the semi-final matches.
Do you want me to go through the results?
You go through the semi-final ones, and yeah.
So the actual show itself started with like the Hangover Scramble, which is like Roy Johnson's like Wasteman Challenge thing, where all them like daft like rap things come from and stuff. It had DJ Z, Artie Spencer, Chris Brooks. Like I don't know who that is. The OJ Mo, no idea who he is.
He was at the Breed show at City Hall.
Oh, nice.
Really
Darby
good.
Allin,
Really good.
Connor Mills, Lucky Kid, Chris Ridgway, Trevor Lee, and then Kid Lycos came out and spit some bars apparently.
Bless
but
him.
then Chris Brooks pinned. Who did he pin? Chris Brooks pinned Connor Mills in 9 minutes 57 seconds to win the scramble. Don't think they get anything for it, but it's just like a fun little
Match to have.
Then they had semi-final match of Banks, David Starr, and Ilya, but they did it elimination rules,
Okay.
so that means they can be DQs.
See, I'm. This is a lot of this. I'm hearing for the first time, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost as Ethan's performing it himself.
I'd probably, I don't do it justice, but Travis Banks pinned Ilya Dragunov with a slice of heaven in 8 minutes 44, and then David Starr pinned Travis Banks with product placement to advance to the final in 9:46.
Your favourite wrestler's favourite wrestler.
Yeah.
He's really good at Twitter.
And then it was Devlin against Kyle O'Reilly. For the first time, like Kyle O'Reilly got the heel hook in, but he didn't, because the both matches before it was an instant tap when he hooked it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he didn't.
On the both Kyle O'Reilly
I love that.
matches,
Yeah. That's one of my favourite things in wrestling. Like the instant tap.
But yeah, for the first time in this Progress
Yeah.
Super Strong style, Kyle O'Reilly heel hook did not get an instant submission. And then, who do you reckon wins out of Kyle O'Reilly and Jordan Devlin?
Jordan Devlin.
Yeah. Devlin counters the heel hook into a bridge to pin Kyle O'Reilly in 18 minutes to advance to the final. So it's a David Starr, Jordan Devlin final.
Oh, David Starr's got to win here. I mean,
I'd think so myself. I don't think they'll go down the.
I just hope we've got
Devlin
time
route
to
again.
announce it.
We won't have.
I mean, I know we're not going out straight away live anyway, but it'd just be nice if we could.
We won't
get
have.
that.
I
We'll find
guarantee
it
we
out.
won't.
We'll find out. We'll wait. We'll find out.
Paul Robinson then beat Jimmy Havoc in his final match in 17 minutes.
I've seen the photos of this. It was absolutely
grim.
brutal.
It looks really, really bad.
Be interested to see what people compare it to for their Hello Wembley match.
Well, a
'cause
lot
that
of
was
people
good.
on here are saying this is the most violent match you've ever seen, especially in Progress.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I want to watch that.
There's a
then.
photo of Jimmy Havoc coming to the ring all in white mask and everything, and then the photo after him is just red, just absolutely
Heavy flow.
You've got red on you.
unbelievable.
You've got
Like
red on
when
you, Jimmy.
Eddie Guerrero bladed himself too deep and cut that arch in. You remember
Good
when
times. Rest
he
in
was
peace.
just
Rest in peace.
pumping blood out.
Good times.
And then what happened after that? Tag title match. Aussie Open hit a fidget spinner on Aerostar and Dagger
Tag division in progress
to retain.
is done into me. There's
Yeah.
just not a lot going on there.
Well,
And
after
then
this
Flash,
match, yeah.
Flash, and then Wild Boar
198.
laid him out.
Came out.
Oh,
laid
I
out
like
Aussie
that.
Open.
Oh, good. Good.
And then now, currently happening is Jordan Grace, Nina Samuels, Martha, and Session Moth,
Go on, Session
and
Moth.
Millie McKenzie for the women's title,
Lovely.
which is happening as we speak.
Isn't she still in a match with that geezer from... Breed?
Gene Money, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, still going on.
Still going on that one. I might tweet him again like we did last time.
Can you imagine if he interferes?
Probably, yeah.
Pulls in, pins her, leaves.
Pretty funny.
It was so funny that match. He's great. I like him, Gene Money. He's really.
He came
really
in when we
funny.
were doing my live podcast, didn't he? And just started
Yeah.
talking shit to... Was it TK Cooper?
TK
he was shouting
Cooper,
at?
yeah.
You were good that.
I like him.
He's like a funny guy.
He is really good. The way he's sells stuff and.
We never found out what he had in that box of tricks, did we?
No,
No, we didn't
found
ever
out.
find out.
Might have to make a couple of calls about that.
just tweet him.
we couldn't get comp tickets, so we never
Yeah, we never
bothered.
actually found out.
Cheap bastards.
Very
Nice
cheap.
one. So we'll update more on Super Strong Style if we get more info
So
come
yeah,
through.
let's move on to something else then. So let's move on to the Jericho's little promo that he did. So it's going to be him versus Okada
Busy man at the minute,
at
isn't he?
Dominion.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine if he won the IWGP Heavyweight title?
He thinking he ran in on
Yeah.
Omega, didn't
Kenny
he?
at
Yeah.
that low-key show.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he wins that belt, though? Like, he'd suddenly go into
he
the
won't,
conversation.
but-
He might. Who else in New
I'd
Japan
put money
is
on it
lined
not
up to face Okada? I mean,
he's
AJ won it in his first match.
He's going to be headlining 2 of the biggest non-WWE shows of the year.
He's not a silly man, Rob.
And he's
Clever man.
headlining what? Him and
I'm not headlining.
Him and
I'm not
Omega.
I'm not headline Double or Nothing.
I mean, he might.
He's doing.
Cody's got a lot of stock
It is,
in
it's
Omega.
the main event.
I've
I'm
heard
sure
it's not
it
the
is.
main event.
I thought it was the main
Have
event.
you heard?
I read, sorry, that it's not the main event.
No, I mean,
No,
that's
I
what I
thought it
mean.
was.
Like, where have you
read it?
What would you?
It's online.
What would you
I
think
know
would be
exactly
the,
the
what would
person
you
that
think
told
would be
me.
the main event out of all them?
Cody's not booking himself in the main event against Dustin there.
No,
way.
I just thought the Bucks would go on last.
Possibly. I mean, that's a possibility. But they went on last at All In, didn't they? I don't see them do that again. I think Kenny's because they want to make Kenny the next the
golden
AEW John Cena, don't they?
Yeah.
They want to make him the big
Oh
boss.
yeah, it might be then. I don't know. I just got it in my head that I read somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just read in my head that it wasn't the last match, but it probably is.
I mean, AJ Styles won the IWGP title with his first match.
Yeah, he did.
What, his first match
His first
in New Japan,
match,
did
yeah.
he?
Came
Okay.
in and won the
I
IWGP
didn't know
title.
that.
Chris Jericho's not going to do that. Sorry.
He might, mate. Can you imagine? He would suddenly like.
I can imagine, but I
mean,
really don't think Gator would book that.
I've never put him in the running in any way for the whole greatest of all time thing, but that'd put him in the conversation. It'd put him
he's
somewhere
definitely,
near it.
He's definitely in the conversation.
When you've got like Ric Flair and Austin and like.
Well,
Hogan.
I don't class titles as like the greatest of all time because it's not
Yeah.
real. He didn't actually win that title.
I know, but it's just like.
But do you not think
quite
with someone,
prolific, innit?
he's arguably getting, like, if he's getting towards the end of his career, he's not having lower quality matches. He's having big, brave runs, isn't he, with new companies and sort
Yeah.
of pushing forward and stuff. Like his Rocking Major at Sea thing and his this whole thing with the AEW and now this thing with
To
New
me-
Japan. Plus the stuff he did with Kenny at Wrestle Kingdom and then on to do with Naito.
He's doing that kind of like late career Shawn Michaels thing where like
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
he
he
went away, you go, he was great, but he wasn't one of the greats.
Actually the
And then he
greatest.
came back and you're like, oh my god, actually
He's
he
really,
is.
really good, yeah.
And that's what Jericho's like at the minute. He's in that twilight, but at the point where he's still putting on high level matches and really solidifying himself as someone that you respect within the wrestling community.
Yeah.
So no, it'd be wicked. I mean,
If it happens, I'd be very surprised and I'd love it. I just really don't think I see it.
I get what you mean. It
don't
is an
think I see it
outshot, I
going.
think.
It'd be
But,
pretty mental though if it did happen.
I just think
totally.
with Jericho is having these quality matches towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
It was people arguably like Flair's career was tarnished by the shitty matches he was having towards the end of it.
Same with Foley
Like
as well.
Same with
Foley's the
Foley as well.
same, like the whole
Yeah.
TNA thing that
To
Flair
me as
did
well,
and stuff. And
Taker
the same with
his
Foley
last
as
couple
well.
of years.
Taker as
Taker
well.
his
Yeah,
last
Taker's-
couple of
It happens
years.
to them all, doesn't it? Really?
does.
When you think about it, it
Yeah.
happens to a hell of a lot of them.
Yeah.
Apart from Austin, the only one who ever
Apart
did
from
it.
Austin who did it right.
Did it right.
Walked away.
The
did
thing
what
with
he had to
Jericho, another news with Jericho, he's had a big garage sale this weekend.
Has he? I don't know about this.
No,
I
Well,
don't know much about this.
yeah, because I've been harping on about it. So he's moving house, as such, and it's a little bit smaller, nicer place apparently, a bit smaller. So he's cleaning out a lot of his crap.
Yeah.
It's going towards a charity, but some bloke on Reddit claims to have bought a load of DVDs, one of which is Jericho's wedding DVD. It just says like Jericho and whatever his missus' name on it.
Yeah.
And then some guy's like, oh yeah, really funny. Went, no, legitimately, I've got his wedding
Yeah.
DVD. We're like, we should reach out to him and let him know. He goes, yeah, I'll try to do that. He goes, it's just weird because it's really low quality and like on a beach and it's like it's just really strange. This guy just like, yeah, I've got his wedding
Got his
DVD.
wedding DVD.
It's just really weird.
That would be a lovely thing to earn, that, wouldn't it? Nice bit of
Yeah.
like wrestling memorabilia.
I mean, I'd kind of want to
Someone's
keep it.
wedding day.
I'd definitely burn it and make a second copy and keep one for myself.
Mate, it's nice that
Or I'd
like
keep the original and just give him the box with like another one in.
that's going into the vault of like videos you'd like to see. So we've got Tom
Yeah.
McGee and Bret Hart.
Yeah.
We've got the Death of Owen Hart and Chris Jericho's wedding DVD.
I'd love to see that.
Nah, mate, that's raj.
That's pretty mental, isn't it, when you think about it?
Can you imagine what I'd love to go? I love garage sales at the best
I
of times.
do love them. I haven't been to a car boot in so long.
Do you reckon there's any English professional wrestlers who are having a garage
Car
sale at
boots.
some point?
Probably, but I don't think it's anything.
I bet Paige's dad's had loads.
I bet he has them every weekend.
He loves it.
I bet he has them every
Yeah, he
weekend.
takes Van on Sunday mornings down
Just
to
got loads of, like,
down
old
to a
socks
field
and,
and just
like,
puts all his
bits and
old shit
pieces.
out. Yeah,
Barbie dolls and
definitely
stuff.
does that. A bin of toys, any 3 for a £5.
God
Bet
almighty.
he's all over that.
God almighty.
Yeah.
I was about to careen into some really dangerous territory there and start saying some awful stuff.
Fine,
I'm really glad I avoided that.
Let's
Really
move on
glad
to
I
something
avoided
else.
that.
And the one thing you were on about was the Bray Wyatt promo hunt.
Jordan Grace retains the women's title.
Go on, Jordan.
Don't
To,
like that.
Do you not
to-
like it? I
no.
think she's great.
She's not wrestled She's not like defended the title at all.
Yeah,
the only
you're
place
right.
she's in America all the time. The only place she's defended that title is on American shows. And you're like, well,
of course you're gonna win.
they're not gonna let the Progress. Not Progress. Not gonna let their title be lost on a different show to a random one that's not even signed.
See, I really like
Someone's
it,
just tweeted
but-
Jordan Lesnar.
Yeah, I suppose she is. She's part-time,
It
isn't she?
feels like that.
Maybe they're building like that. Maybe they're gonna get some Lesnar heat on her.
But it's like, but she's not technically part-time because she's still defending the title in other places. But again, like,
it's true.
because it's
You're
not
right.
Progress like built. She's obviously like, if she's wrestling some random lass from like down south in America who's never been heard of, why would they let her win the Progress title? It's just never going to happen.
Yeah,
so
it's a really
she's
good
doing
point.
it. She's like defending it, but she's never
It's just
actually
not
like
on shows where she
Yeah.
could actually lose it. It's ridiculous. that.
Looking at it, it looks like that Session Moth actually was like the MVP of the match. Like,
Really?
She pulled some really good
I
stuff
think
out.
they will be building her because she's got star power.
She has,
got star
She's come
power.
out of nowhere as well.
Yeah,
Last few months, she's just been everywhere.
yeah,
And she's
I've
just done
noticed
really
that.
well. She's done like she did like stuff over WrestleMania weekend, didn't they? With like, did she do something in Joey Ryan's thing, or maybe even Joy Janela's
I've no idea.
Spring
mate.
break.
spring break
Couldn't
thing? I
tell
think
you.
she did
Yeah.
something to do with that as well. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good match. It went 8 minutes. Crowd really wanted a title change.
8 minutes.
Yeah,
That's a bit short, isn't it?
for a 4-person match as well.
That is quite short, isn't it?
Yeah.
really?
Sure. But I mean, it must have just been Jordan Grace dominating with a bit of like kind of control from Session Moth.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly. It looks like
Interesting.
that the crowd really wanted the change, and it's kind of given her a bit of a heel sort of turn almost, the way that they wanted her.
Could this set the stage for a big face victory for our Jewish Hammer? For our
It could.
Bernie Sanders of pro wrestling.
It
It
could.
be. It could be.
Yeah,
It could
Mr.
be.
Americana.
Well, while that's happening, we might be able to get the result in.
Fingers
Real
crossed.
quick
And
enough.
we've got 10 minutes. so-
Bray Wyatt's promo hunt was something you were talking about the other day.
Yeah, it's really cool. So he has confirmed that this is something he actually did.
Okay.
So he's tweeted out saying that he's left. Since he's started cutting promos in 2015 when he came up, he's left a word that doesn't fit in each promo, and you put them together and it spells out like a secret.
Okay.
And some fan was like, "That's bollocks." This. He goes, "Oh, if only there was some archive where I could go back and watch all of Bray's old promos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone would make probably quite a lot of money if they had
Okay.
that kind of archive."
True, though.
But he has said the band Tool, like I'm a massive fan of the band Tool, and they wrote one of their albums based on the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah, yeah.
And it took years for someone to figure that out, and he was like, some smart fan figured out that Fibonacci sequence. You lot can figure out my codes that I've been scattering. And I mean, I wouldn't put it past
But
him.
they just like in-ring promos or like on screen?
On
or, like,
screen, I think it's mostly his
That'd be
VTs.
impossible,
His
then.
VTs.
It'd be impossible.
So it's like when he's like, cutting them like tape
You have to
beforehand.
watch like every episode of Raw again.
I mean, somebody
It's
will
probably
probably
the
figure it
idea.
out. Somebody will probably figure it out. Remember when Progress did that weird code thing?
Yeah, I
you
never
t-
figured it
You
out.
tweeted them saying, "Is it something to do with having a show in Japan?" And they just said, "Like, may."
Well,
did
they
they
like
say that
maybe,
maybe, or
but
something?
they kept like alluding
think
that
they
I were
ever
right.
announced
and
what
I
it
was like,
was, did
do you know what
they?
I think it was? I think
Yeah.
it was Ilya Dragunov being at the Manchester show.
Right.
Because what it was the Enigma code from World War II.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
But that was German. It wasn't Russian. So I was like,
Yeah.
I don't really get what that's got to do with
Yeah.
anything. But when I obviously I don't know how to crack the Enigma code.
No, I don't. I was trying to figure it out for
I didn't
ages.
even know where to
I
start.
thought I'd got onto something. And
I
then
just went
realised
through. I just went through random letters, and I think I worked out that like it kind of maybe spelled Pete Dunne, and then maybe spelled Osaka or somewhere in Japan.
I think I remember you saying Osaka.
So I like tweeted.
Yeah.
I'm DM'd because they were like, if anybody figures it out, DM us. So I DM'd them being like, is it maybe like something to do with a show? Like I didn't figure out all the letters, but I was like, I alluded to the fact that I think it's a show in Japan with maybe Pete Dunne on it.
Should we?
And they were like, why do you think that ... As if to say like, you've got it. Go
You
on,
need
like
the-
tell
they
us
need
why.
the answer, yeah.
So I was like, well, this X Y Z. This I think this letter means this letter. That makes Pete. And then they just put like loads of like eye emojis. And I was like, am I close? And they were like, about X amount of miles. And the miles is a distance to Turkey, like to Japan.
Okay.
And then I was like, right, and then you just never replied. So I have no idea what it was. What
it might
was
be
about.
worth opening that back up again.
I mean, nearly like Jim Carrey and what's that film
Pet
where he like
Detective.
wrote their numbers all
Beautiful
over
Mind.
himself?
Oh, number 23.
Number
Oh,
23.
what am I thinking of?
That's
I was
Russell
thinking
Crowe,
of
innit?
Russell Crowe. I think you might have been getting it mixed up with Eternal Sunshine. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that's interesting. I hope someone figures it out because he's really like.
I mean, if it's just like something stupid, then it's just if it's like it needs to mean something big. Otherwise,
Yeah.
there's just no point in doing
Yeah,
it. Is
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Could imagine if it was and there has actually been long-term booking with the Bray Wyatt character.
Well, Healer done it himself.
That'd
Healer
be the biggest
put it on
miracle
himself though, weren't he, to do that?
Yeah, I don't think he's done it with any approval.
You
Because you could easily.
Anybody
do
could
that.
just say a random word, couldn't you? At
I
any
mean,
time?
the amount of
yeah.
random shite they had him saying.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, surely There's got to be stuff.
Well, that'd be
there.
the trouble, wasn't it? Like all the stuff that he was saying was random and like
Totally.
weird. So like, how are you going to find
Yeah.
the one word out of a bunch of weird words
that doesn't
that
fit.
doesn't
That
fit?
then makes
Yeah.
mad, doesn't
I
it?
think it just takes
Clever,
years
though.
to figure it
Very
out.
clever.
Very good.
If it's real, very clever.
it's legit.
Yeah, if it's good, if it is.
Can we talk about Muta? He's
Yeah,
coming
let's,
back.
let's move on to that because you wanted to bring up that the Great Mutta's returning to
Yeah.
Impact.
I mean, I know he's old as all hell, but I
the
love
pop he got
Muta.
for when he
I love
appeared at
Muta.
the Ring of Honor New Japan show in Madison Square Garden.
Unbelievable. He's
He's
one of the
absolutely
biggest
huge.
living legends, and I can't believe he's still going. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like you look at like everyone's had great matches with Muta, and you look at Foley talking like back in the day when he wrestled him, and it's like you see Mick now can hardly move, and Muta's still.
It still looks alright.
He still
Agile.
looks alright.
Fairly
Yeah, he's still
agile,
fairly
yeah.
agile. I mean, he's
Yeah.
even outlasted Liger, which is
Yeah, which
crazy.
is weird when you think about it, isn't it?
Like, I mean, I just hope Impact have something really, really nice for him.
I'm sure they'll have got something
Yeah.
for him. I don't think they'll leave him without anything to
Because
do.
you mentioned Sandman appeared at a TV tape.
He did, yeah, for Impact as well.
Bloody hell.
We've so I don't know whether we're like we're gonna shout it out or whatever, but we've been asked by some certain people to maybe like fantasy book something
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And one of the matches I put down was Sandman versus Muta
Was
because to
it?
me that's like I love Sandman because he's an absolute piece of shit. But I'm not even joking. I've got it here. Sandman versus Muta. Look at that. Sandman versus Muta.
brilliant.
So maybe you never know.
It could happen,
Wishful
mate.
thinking.
It could
I mean, it'll
happen.
be an absolute clusterfuck. I'm not getting.
It'll be
I'm not getting-
awful.
Oh, it'll be
Yeah.
awful.
But it could happen.
But you know, I get hyped up. Maybe they'll pay for Enter Sandman. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
they'll
they
pay
could.
for it. That'd
Maybe.
be brilliant.
Maybe they just play the first 20 seconds of it.
Yeah,
so they don't have
then
to play
over
Over and
the
over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I
They
think,
just
I
play
think it'll be
that
good. I think it'll be great. I'm not sure the exact date of his return. I think is it next week on Impact?
I'm
I've
not
no idea.
sure.
Could
I
not
don't
tell
know
you.
about Moot. I know that
Yeah.
the Sandman thing was a TV taping that's not yet aired.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Interesting.
crazy.
Very interesting.
Really crazy. Yeah.
I want to be able to like get into Impact and enjoy it, but every time I turn it on, I'm just like, ugh.
It
This is
just sucks,
shit.
doesn't it?
This is shit.
Yeah, it just I don't know. It's got a bit of a
It never
a bit of a
feels
world
right.
of sport vibe to it.
Yeah,
It does. Yeah, it does. It
It's the
really
way like they
does.
build the sets and all that kind of stuff. I just think it looks weird.
And I don't know if
tough.
they still do it, but that six-sided ring thing.
They don't do it
Uh,
anymore, do they?
You know, I listened to something
I don't-
about.
I don't actually know if they do it anymore.
I think they. I think
they do
I think
for
they are back
certain-
in the six-sided ring. Oh no, they're not. They're not. They are using the four-sided ring. At the
I've
moment.
seen a lot of things
Yeah.
with it. I can't remember if it was like Kurt Angle talking to. Might have been Kurt Angle and AJ Styles talking to Steve Austin about this ring, and they were like, "We hated it. It's so hard to take a
So
bump in.
tight.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not nice to work in. You don't get the bounce off the ropes the same because they're
They're so tall.
shorter together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're not as
Really weird to get
they're
to.
closer together. Sorry, with where the posts are.
Literally just a gimmick, wasn't it?
Exactly, but I think it was like Dixie Carter loved the thought of the six-sided ring and almost made it like a bit of an octagon kind of feel and something like that. And
Yeah.
I just
I
hate
don't
it.
know.
What was that you pulled up the other day about that AJ Styles jizz shirt? And he's like,
Oh, yeah,
what did he
yeah.
say to it?
He just put something like he'd replied to something and somebody like no, it was like what's the worst piece of merch you've ever seen, and somebody had put at AJ Styles' jizz shirt, and he'd like retweet it and put I'd love to be able to say that this was the worst thing that TN ever came up with. You're not wrong, mate, at all.
Even the photo, he just looks so miserable.
Yeah, but like you were saying,
because
like, I
he's
bet
got
he just
short
didn't
hair
have it.
as well, and
He
he's
has got
clean
really
shaven.
short
He
hair.
I
looks
was saying
really
at that
weird.
point he wasn't like AJ
The
Styles.
greatest
He
wrestler
wasn't
of all
like,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
the guy. He was just like some
Some
bum.
redneck
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
wrestler.
and they
Yeah.
just mate, what a write off.
That is a hilarious photo. Though.
Especially
I
like
might
when
try
you,
and find that t-shirt. I might buy it.
can you imagine when you look at it and you go, I'm not feeling it. It's like printed 10,000 of these.
Yeah, it's like we've
gotta
already got a
kind of have to
warehouse.
try and
a
sell it.
warehouse full
Should
of
have
them.
done drop shipping then.
Right,
Yeah,
you
that would've been
what?
easy, wouldn't it?
Jesus,
Yeah,
what a write
That
off.
is funny.
it's crazy.
Grim.
It's crazy. We're still building up to. Is it a couple of weeks? Money in the Bank is building up as well.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
not really much happening on there at the minute.
Well, obviously it's Raw and
Stale.
SmackDown and it's tonight and
They've
tomorrow.
pulled SmackDown taping for tonight though, haven't they?
because they wanted to send some.
the Saudi Arabia thing, right? Or something like that.
It's about
Well,
building.
it's Monday tonight. It's Raw.
Yeah, no, tomorrow night.
Yeah,
Oh, they
no,
pulled it.
the
SmackDown's
live
not on,
tour.
is it?
So SmackDown will be doing a live show tonight while
Right,
Raw's
yeah,
doing
yeah,
a
that's
TV
it.
taping.
So
So the
That's what it means.
SmackDown superstars, apparently some of them are going to show up on Raw.
Some of them are going to be
Right.
on Raw.
Yeah. Weirdly
As they're
enough.
building, it's more of a build to Money in the Bank, really.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's strange though.
I don't think
Weird.
it's anything to do with the Saudi Arabia show. I don't
it
think that's
not?
got a name yet.
I didn't even know that was happening. So Yeah, news to me.
I don't think that's got a name.
Saudi.
I know that
Going back to Saudi,
Going
boys.
back to Saudi.
they've pushed.
Saudi.
Was it Fastlane or Backlash? They've
I don't
pushed
think
back,
so.
and it's now called Stomping Grounds.
They're getting rid of Backlash. It's just Stomping Grounds
Stomping
now.
Grounds. Is this a
Stomping
one-time thing like
Grounds.
Great Balls of
Bloody
Fire
hell.
was?
Probably because it's a shit name.
Goodness
It sounds like
gracious.
a network
Balls of
special
Fire.
where they just
Yeah,
get a
it
bunch
does,
of like
it does.
shit up and coming wrestlers.
Yeah,
I'll
but
prove whose stomping
Yeah,
ground it is.
it's like, don't ever
Some
work, does it?
generic creator wrestler.
Yeah.
Ew, grim.
really looking
Yeah,
forward
it
to
sounds
it.
shite. I mean, unless they have some kind of gimmick where they maybe, because I was thinking maybe they'll throw like some NXT guys in there and make it something slightly interesting, but I doubt it. It's probably
doubt
just going to be a
I
fucking
doubt
run of the mill, boring.
I'm still hoping for a NXT Money in the Bank ladder match as well.
Yeah,
It's been rumoured,
it's
hasn't
about
it? Like,
time.
it could happen. It could happen.
The only problem is, it's like with NXT, it feels like anyone can come in and just get into a title picture whenever they want because the roster's so small anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like, is the Money in the Bank really necessary? Like,
Yeah.
it just, I mean, the only benefit it would have is that you can slide in when the guy's already knackered
Yeah.
after a takeover and get the win.
Kinda
But
get a win out of
is
it.
that really
Yeah.
how they want to send a takeover off the air? It's just a bit of
Probably not.
a bit of a shit house way to end something.
Yeah.
I've already done it
they
so many
could,
times.
maybe they could do it where it's like you can get a title shot for like the Intercontinental or the United States title, but not the World title because you're not ready for that yet.
Do you think
or
like an
something
NXT, yeah, so give an NXT guy a chance to take a shot on the main
Yeah.
roster straight up for a title shot?
Yeah.
That'd be a great way to get Velveteen Dream up, you know?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
He just
Yeah,
comes out
yeah.
with this little like purse in the
Little
bank,
purse.
this
Purse in
little
the
like
bank.
purple purse
NXT
that's got a
purse
contract in
the bank. That'd
it,
be pretty funny.
and he
that
just
would be
cashes it in and wins the Intercontinental title, turns it purple.
good. Yeah.
Oh,
I'd be all for that.
I am
Yeah.
nursing a semi right
Nursing
now.
a semi.
That'd be great. I think looking at the Saudi show as well, I think they're teasing that it's going to be Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh really?
I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't care
know.
at all. I don't care for
I
don't
love
care for Goldberg.
Goldberg. I love
don't
Goldberg.
Never cared.
I just wish
But
he'd
again,
just
I didn't
call
grow
it
up.
a
I
day.
didn't grow up in the times of Goldberg though,
No.
so like it don't really mean
I
anything to
love
me. But I
Goldberg,
don't think
mate.
he's that.
I think the only thing that really wound me up about Goldberg, especially in his WCW run, was how he'd have a match and he'd obviously win, and it's like, oh, he's 34 and 0, and then the week later he's like, yeah, he's 43, and I'm like, where's his other? He's not
these
doing
10
like 12 house shows this week, is he?
Yeah, but just keep bringing
They
him
just
up.
keep making these
Yeah.
numbers up over and
just
over and
like,
over again.
I don't like it when legends come back that I really like because I worry they'll fuck something up and look like an idiot. Like when he slipped in front of Rusev, and I'm like, oh, don't Bill.
do
You're one of my
that.
childhood heroes. It's like when Batista tripped getting to WrestleMania. A little bit of me died that
Yeah.
day.
And he, like, fell over the
he
rope.
more than made up for it because
did.
like in regards to like return matches, Batista's was one of the best. Like it was
Yeah.
better than Goldberg's. It was better than.
I didn't mind the Goldberg sort of squash match he had with Brock because
Yeah, that
it was
was
a bit.
they
Alright.
played it right, but
yeah,
I mean,
they played it well, but it weren't amazing.
Brock's a megastar and Goldberg's a megastar, but is Lashley
Well, it's a thing, isn't it?
the guy for that? I mean, because obviously Lashley.
I
will
don't think
go
he is,
over.
but
I mean,
obviously Lashley will win. But like, is he
why-
the right person to?
Is it?
It's probably a dream match for a few people, though. That.
I mean, how's
What, Lashley
Goldberg gonna
versus
feel?
Goldberg?
yeah.
As
Yeah.
like, I mean, Goldberg's a Jewish guy. Like, is he really gonna be happy going over there and
Well-
do, like, I mean, Sammy's like,
Oh, I'm gonna say something really bad. I can't say.
Money talks, though, doesn't it? And I don't think Sami Zayn will be there. I don't think. Well,
yeah,
Daniel Bryan's still probably injured in it. He's not going to be doing anything
he's
over
not.
there. John
Nah.
Cena refused to go over last time as well. And I was surprised that more.
I reckon this time around a fair few more might say it.
Yeah,
I bet
I
they're
think
on, I bet
that's
they're on
opened
the
the
plane.
door,
I bet on the
hasn't it?
plane they were like, "Wait, we could say we didn't want to come." They're like,
And you'll find that.
yeah.
Because it's not like Daniel Bryan's been punished, is it? They give him a title run,
Yeah,
turn
they
him
get,
into a heel.
they get back and Brian's just like at Raw. He's like, "Have a good time in Saudi Arabia." He's like, "No shit, where were you?" He's like, "Oh, I told him I wasn't doing it." And he went, what? And he's like,
Yeah, you can do that,
I didn't
you
want to
know.
do it."
Yeah.
Just tell him. You said, "Oh fuck, no, I'm not going." I'm like, I've just been in 80-degree heat for 5
to be
years.
fair,
He's like, "Oh
Daniel
shit."
Bryan kind of wanted to be like go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like
He did,
He
but-
was just like, I don't fucking care. I'm not going there.
Can you imagine that though? That he comes back and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to go," and they're like, "I can't believe it." Right, Vince, about my title run. Yeah, sure. Well, that's Gavin Speed, so we'll get that planned in, and everyone's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I'm the American Dragon, bitch. Yeah, like Austin's looking in good nick though as well, isn't he? Like,
Austin looks.
he's
But I
looking-
said,
yeah.
but I said to you though, like,
Oh.
Austin's never not looked.
he's got them gun shows going on though, like doing a little few more reps. You know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
he's always looked good.
maybe
though.
that oil money's starting to
Yeah.
to become a little bit appealing to him.
Maybe.
He never got fat though, did he? Austin.
He had a bit. I mean, he had a bit.
He always had a bit
of
of
clem
chub
on him,
when he
didn't
was wrestling though. Even still when he
Yeah.
was wrestling, a bit of chub.
He
on
weren't
him.
like cut, was he? He
He's
wasn't
not
like
coming back.
lean
He's
or
not coming
anything.
back.
I don't think he wants to.
I don't think.
I
he
don't want him
wants
to.
No.
But I'm just saying, he looks good.
He looks good.
He looks
Stopped
very
drinking,
good.
didn't he? Apparently, made him lose a bit of weight.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Looks in good nick.
Swig of water for the
Back on
working man.
steroids. You never know.
Sugar protein shake for the
Sugar protein
working
shake
man.
for the working man.
What a guy. His podcast coming back and all. More listeners who will be listening to something else.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah. It was a brief one, but it's nice to be back.
I'm refreshing my Twitter feed, but I'm not seeing the results.
They're still doing the intros, and they've been doing the intros for 20 minutes, I think.
Why don't we just call it now and say David
Starr's going to win.
David Starr has won a
Super Strong Style 16
26-minute match
to face Walter. Match. Finished with
What do you mean they're still doing the intros? What do you mean they're still doing the intros?
It's just throwing streamers at them, aren't they? So
when?
Now.
Is that live?
No, it's just like a minute ago.
What's he going to finish him with?
They've started now, anyway.
It'll be David Starr will use Jordan Devlin's package power driver.
You reckon?
To finish him off.
I've seen the power driver that Jimmy Havoc did on Paul Robinson to that table to the outside. I've just seen a nice photo of the two of them, actually. Yeah. Really nice photo.
I think they're like best mates.
Yeah, it was a really nice photo of Paul Robinson grabbing Jimmy Havoc and kissing him on the head backstage. He looked really nice.
Oh.
Well, maybe we'll put a picture of it on the
That'd be quite sweet.
We can throw it
Twitter
on
so we know what we're all talking about.
Oh, actually, that's beautiful. That.
It's a really
it's
good
very
photo.
nice. It's very nice.
Beyond Gorilla takes so many good photos at the shows, don't
I hate him. Fuck you, Beyond Gorilla. I want to be you.
He wants that job, don't you?
That's what I want to do, and you're doing it better than me. I hate you.
It's a hard life, isn't it?
It is a hard life,
exactly that. Okay, we'll wrap up with that then.
Nothing else to say, is there really?
Yeah, not really. That's everything.
Been a bit of a quiet weekend, hasn't it? Apart from some strong style.
Yeah.
I need to try. We need
talk
to.
about WWE for once, though.
Yeah, big time. Well, we still had to get it in there a bit, didn't we? But I do hate WWE more than life itself, I think, sometimes.
My mic away from the mouth.
Move away from the mic to breathe.
So, you can catch us on at The Lights Pun on Twitter, Staring at the Lights on Instagram, rgm.press, our YouTube channel where we post a few little things now as well.
Yeah.
You can still see me and Ethan's little video of the For Love of Wrestling.
For Love of Wrestling.
Yeah. £886,000 Undertaker earned from those photos. Yeah. That's crazy.
How much did you two earn with your press passes?
It cost us about 25 quid, didn't it, to get there?
I think it was 15 quid each, I think. We probably spent.
What did you say before this?
Parking.
Yeah.
What did you say before this podcast kicks off, Ethan?
What?
Piss with the cock you're giving.
Only piss with cock you've got.
Brilliant. I think we'll end it there.
Only piss with cock you've got.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Right. Hang on. David Starr beat Jordan Devlin after 20 minutes by tapping him out. David Starr now goes on to fight Walter for the Progress title. Right. Told you. Bye.